In this resin casting demonstration, I'm going to use a vacuum mixer to prepare some clear epoxy resin and cast 3 different samples in clear epoxy. I am also going to use a silicone mold to cast some toys. The deep blue flower sample is a California Lilac. It is also known as a ceanothus, and it's a beautiful perennial evergreen plant. The great thing about the California Lilac is that it is drought tolerant. We had a lot of dry spells here in California, and it's good to have a plant that is resistant to drier weather. When this video was taken around late March, it was crawling with bees. Now that you've seen where the flower is from, let's get back to epoxy preparation. I'm using a low viscosity epoxy resin, which consists of 2 components. Both the actual resin and the matching hardener is shown here. This particular epoxy resin is crystal clear. I will first pour 8 ounces of resin A into the stainless steel mixing bowl. I then follow through by pouring an equal amount of Part B hardener. After I empty out the bottles, I use a spatula to pre-mix the epoxy. This is mostly done to make sure the epoxy on the walls of the bowl are properly mixed together. About 16 ounces of the clear epoxy can be seen here, and the sample flow easily. This is an important feature for casting, and it helps to pick up all the small details. I'm going to place the mixing bowl on the lift stand and lock it. Then I install the mixer blade. I will then lift the mixing bowl by turning the handle counterclockwise and seal it against the lid. I'm going to pump down the vacuum chamber by turning on the vacuum pump and valve. I then monitor the pressure using the analog gauge. You can see that when the pressure goes down, the bubble trapped inside the epoxy expands. When it gets big enough, it pops, and the trapped air is removed. At this point, it is operating like a degassing chamber. I'm going to turn on the mixer and adjust the speed. This will start the vacuum mixing process, where the mixing is carried out under low pressure and planetary motion for thorough mixing. In this demonstration, vacuum mixing was carried out for 5 minutes, but you can play with the time to get the results that works best for you. The mixing action under vacuum with the epoxy sample can be seen here. Turn off the mixer by setting the control knob to 0. Turn off the vacuum pump and valve. Vent the chamber by turning on the vent valve. The clear epoxy is now mixed and ready to use. Let's pour the epoxy into different samples. I had difficulty with the cone sample since it's very light and started to move around when I poured the epoxy. With this silicone mold, I'm going to make 2 different toy samples for comparison Here, I'm pouring the epoxy that was mixed under vacuum. The rest of the samples were mixed by hand in air, so it contains a lot of air bubbles. I let the samples cure overnight. Let's take them out and have a look. The samples came out very nice and transparent. Epoxy casting did change the color of the flower. This is the sample that was mixed in air. And this is the vacuum mixed sample. The difference is highlighted here with the monster's toys. The vacuum mix version is clear, but the other one have a lot of bubbles. Vacuum mixer is a great tool for mixing anything of interest in a container that is free of air. It will eliminate bubbles and give you more consistent results because unwanted secondary reactions with oxygen, nitrogen, and other atmospheric gases are avoided. If you own this vacuum mixer, what would be the first thing you mix? For more information, come visit us at sprucescience.com. Good luck and have fun!